You know what's wild? Most people are still overpaying for car insurance just because it's a pain to switch. That's why there's Jerry. Jerry's the only app that compares rates from over 50 insurers in minutes and helps you switch fast with no spam calls or hidden fees. Drivers who save with Jerry could save over $1,300 a year. Before you renew your car insurance policy, do yourself a favor. Download the Jerry app or head to jerry.ai/Libsyn. That's JERRY.ai/LIBSYN.
Hey listeners, this is Peter and welcome back to the History Shorts. Today's episode is brought to you by the Podcast Republic, your ultimate listening app. Discover and subscribe to thousands of podcasts from around the world. Download Podcast Republic today, available on Google Play and the Apple App Store. Today on History Shorts. In 1920, one of the most powerful men in India walked into a Rolls-Royce showroom in London. He was dressed simply. No uniform, no regalia. No entourage announcing his arrival. Just one man in ordinary clothes, browsing the most expensive motor cars in the world. The salesman looked at him. He saw a brown-skinned man in plain clothes, and he did not see a customer. So he ignored him. It was one of the most expensive mistakes in the history of British retail. Our history brief today covers some recent history news. A quick word from our sponsors.
Support for the show comes from Public, the investing platform for those who take it seriously. On Public, you can build a multi-asset portfolio of stocks, bonds, options, crypto, and now generated assets, which allow you to turn any idea into an investable index with AI. It all starts with your prompt. From renewable energy companies with high free cash flow to semiconductor suppliers growing revenue over 20% year over year, you can literally type any prompt and put the AI to work. It screens thousands of stocks, builds a one-of-a-kind index, and lets you backtest it against the S&P 500. Then you can invest in a few clicks. Generated assets are like ETFs with infinite possibilities, completely customizable and based on your thesis, not someone else's. Go to public.com/podcast and earn an uncapped 1% bonus when you transfer your portfolio. That's public.com/podcast. Paid for by Public Investing. Brokerage services by Open to the Public Investing Inc. Member FINRA and SIPC. Advisory services by Public Advisors LLC, SEC registered advisor. Generated assets is an interactive analysis tool. Output is for informational purposes only and is not an investment recommendation or advice. Complete disclosures available at public.com/disclosures.
This day in history. On May 24th, 1844, Samuel Morse sent the first telegraph message, "What hath God wrought?" from Washington, D.C. to Baltimore, revolutionizing long-distance communication. On May 24th, 1883, the Brooklyn Bridge officially opened, connecting Manhattan and Brooklyn and becoming one of the most iconic engineering achievements of the 19th century. Story of the day. To fully understand the full weight of what happened in London that showroom, let us understand who Jai Singh Prabhakar Bahadur actually was. He was the Maharaja of Alwar, a princely state in Rajasthan in northern India, and he had ascended its throne at the age of just 10. He was educated at the Mayo College in Ajmer, one of the elite schools established specifically for the sons of Indian royalty. He had fought for Britain in the First World War and had been awarded the Knight Grand Commander of the Indian Empire by the British Crown in 1919. He was by any measure a man of extraordinary wealth, political standing, and imperial recognition. He was also, by the early 1920s, one of Rolls-Royce's best customers. India, in this period, had an extraordinary relationship with the brand. More than 20,000 Rolls-Royce vehicles had been built in the years before the First World War, and an estimated 20% of them had been shipped to India. With approximately 230 Maharajas and princes, each maintaining fleets of motor cars as symbols of their status, India was not merely a market for Rolls-Royce. It was one of the most important markets in the world. Jai Singh alone was known to purchase vehicles in sets of 3. none of which the salesman on duty in Mayfair that day appeared to know or care about. When Jai Singh entered the showroom, dressed by design or habit, without the visual markers of his status, he was ignored. Looked through, treated as someone who had wandered into the wrong establishment and would shortly realize it. I mean, I've felt that way at least once in my life walking into a showroom. Perhaps some of you have as well. Accounts differ slightly on the precise exchange that followed. What is consistent across every version of the story is the essential dynamic. The salesman judged the man in front of him by his appearance and his skin. He found him wanting. He offered no assistance. So Jai Singh left. He returned to his hotel, and he sent a message to the showroom. The message informed them that the King of Alvar wished to purchase vehicles, several vehicles, and immediately. The transformation in the showroom's attitude was reportedly instantaneous and complete. The staff fell over themselves with apologies and attentiveness. The cars were prepared. The transaction was completed very shortly thereafter. 6 Rolls-Royce motor cars, the most luxurious production vehicles in the world, each one representing a significant fortune in itself, were shipped to Alvar. Jai Singh took delivery of all 6. Then he summoned the municipal authorities of Alvar City. He instructed them to put the 6 Rolls-Royce motor cars to work, collecting garbage from the streets of the city. All 6 of them would become garbage trucks immediately. What happened next unfolded with the satisfying logic of a perfectly designed trap. Word spread, as such things do, particularly when they are both humiliating and irresistible, through the press and through the global network of the luxury goods trade. Rolls-Royce motor cars collecting garbage in India by royal order. The photographs accounts suggest were striking. The most prestigious automobile brand on earth, the car of kings, of emperors, of the British royal family itself, trudging through the streets of an Indian city, hauling refuse. At Rolls-Royce London headquarters, the reaction was something approaching panic. The reputation, built on exclusivity, on association with the highest possible social status, on the unspoken promise that a Rolls-Royce was what the most powerful people in the world drove, was being systematically destroyed in the most public way imaginable. Their sales figures reportedly reflected the damage. Their telegrams to Alvar, by all accounts, reflected their distress. The apologies, of course, came. Representatives of Rolls-Royce traveled to Alvar to deliver it in person. They apologized for the behavior of the salesman. They apologized for the disrespect shown to the Maharaja. They offered, as a gesture of goodwill, 6 brand new Rolls-Royce motor cars. Free of charge, of course. Jai Singh accepted the apology, and he accepted the cars. He released the original 6 vehicles from garbage duty, because, well, by then he had made his point. The story of Jai Singh and the Rolls-Royce fleet is sometimes told as pure comedy, the absurd revenge of a wounded ego, a rich man's elaborate tantrum. That reading kind of misses something important here, though. The India that Jai Singh inhabited in 1920 was a country under British colonial rule, a country in which Indians of every social class, including members of the most elevated Indian nobility, routinely experienced the casual, institutional contempt that the British Empire directed at its colonial subjects. The salesman in Mayfair showroom was not an aberration. He was an expression of something systematic, the assumption, baked into the colonial worldview, that an Indian man in ordinary clothes was not someone worth attending to. Jai Singh, who had fought for Britain, been decorated by Britain, and spent a lifetime navigating the particular indignities, chose to respond not with complaint or confrontation, but with something considerably more effective. He used his money, his power, and his flair for the dramatic to make the insult cost something. he found the one thing that Rolls-Royce valued above all else: their reputation. And he attacked it with the precision of a man who understood exactly what he was doing. The 6 garbage trucks were not a tantrum. I would say they were a lesson. Maharaja John Singh of Alvar died in 1937. His revenge against Rolls-Royce had by then already entered the realm of legend, told and retold in India and beyond as the story of the day. A Maharaja made the most prestigious car company in the world beg for mercy. The History Brief. Today on Some History News, we're heading from ancient Rome to modern-day New York City, and back again, following the incredible journey of a stolen artifact tied to one of history's most legendary figures, Alexander the Great. According to reporting from Smithsonian Magazine, a marble head of Alexander the Great, carved nearly 2,000 years ago, has just been returned to Italy after decades in the United States. The sculpture itself dates to the 1st century CE, long after Alexander's death, but reflects how deeply his image and legacy endured in the Roman world. The head even depicts him as Helios, the Greek sun god, blending history, myth, and imperial symbolism into a single work of art. But the real story isn't about who the statue represents. It's about how it disappeared. Archaeologists originally unearthed the marble head at the Roman Forum more than a century ago, and it was placed into a museum collection in Rome. But then sometime between 1910 and 1960, the artifact simply vanished, its disappearance going largely unnoticed for years, possibly even for decades. And then it resurfaced. The sculpture eventually appeared in New York City, where it was bought and sold at an auction multiple times, first in 1974 and then again in 2011, circulating quietly through the art market despite its questionable origins. Well, that all changed in 2018. New York authorities seized the piece from a gallery after determining that it had indeed been stolen from Italy decades earlier. From there, it entered federal custody as part of a broader investigation into trafficked antiquities. Now, after years of legal and diplomatic efforts, the marble head has finally been returned. It was unveiled in Rome as part of a larger repatriation effort, with the United States handing back more than 300 stolen artifacts to Italy, ranging from ancient coins to sculptures and archaeological fragments. Thank you so much for spending some time with me today and helping make this little show such a mighty success. If you are enjoying this show and would like to help with its production, you can always donate a few dollars at buymeacoffee.com or become a Patreon member to enjoy these episodes ad-free. Both of those links can be found on our website at www.historyshortspodcast.com. And don't forget to join our YouTube channel where we have different series that are not part of this main feed. Have a great rest of your day, and I will talk to you all again tomorrow.
You know what's wild? Most people are still overpaying for car insurance just because it's a pain to switch. That's why there's Jerry. Jerry's the only app that compares rates from over 50 insurers in minutes and helps you switch fast with no spam calls or hidden fees. Drivers who save with Jerry could save over $1,300 a year. Before you renew your car insurance policy, do yourself a favor. Download the Jerry app or head to jerry.ai/Libsyn. That's JERRY.ai/LIBSYN.